night that left 2 people dead and numerous others injured. 21-year-old Chad Ryan DeSoto has been arrested. He faces 2 counts of murder and 13 counts of attempted murder, 13 counts of aggravated assault, and additional charges may be pending. DeSoto should look familiar. He was the star in a recent JFK student production, I Heart GU. No word on the motive or why he went on this rampage. A total of 14 tourists were injured. A 28-year-old and an 82-year-old woman died. DeSoto is accused of speeding through Tumon on the sidewalk from the Globe nightclub and crashing into the ABC store underneath the outrigger, where he got out and started stabbing people. Among the victims, an 8-month-old and a 3-year-old who were stabbed.
Tautau and Anthony Paul Manjola are being held behind bars on a $500,000 cash bail. The two, along with a 16-year-old boy, are accused of breaking into a home along Ocean View Drive in Petey on April 20th. According to court documents, the three pulled up to the home in a green Nissan Pathfinder. When they knocked on the door, a woman answered. It was then they forced their way into the home and knocked the victim to the ground. Tautau was accused of then hitting the woman in the face multiple times with a gun and then used duct tape to wrap her mouth, arms, and legs. While Tautau was beating on the woman, Manjola and the 16-year-old were ransacking the house. The teenager took a duffel bag and stuffed it with clothes, while Manjola stole 2 laptops. Tautau, in the meantime, is accused of repeatedly hitting the woman, asking her where the money was. But she couldn't respond because he had covered her mouth with duct tape. As the group left the house, Tautau noticed a purse in a parked car in the garage. He grabbed it, and they fled. It was just after 1 in the morning when the victim's roommates arrived to discover her unconscious, bleeding, and wearing a t-shirt and panties. She was immediately transported to Naval Hospital suffering from major head trauma and intracranial bleeding. The victim has since undergone neurosurgery and is now reportedly in stable condition.
33-year-old Ray Charles Tautau Camacho is being held on $250,000 cash bail after he allegedly kidnapped a woman outside the Crown Bakery in Barragata Monday morning. The horrific events were released in a magistrate's complaint today. Court documents state the woman exited the bakery around 5 that morning and got into her vehicle. As she started her car, Camacho, who was in the back seat, allegedly pulled her hair towards the headrest and demanded that she drive or he would kill her. The woman, who feared for her life, then drove onto Route 10 toward Manilao. Camacho allegedly repeatedly ordered her not to look at him and that as long as she complied, she would not be killed. She was then told to pull over along Route 10 and get out of the car. Documents state the woman struggled to get away as Camacho allegedly forced his hands down her shorts. She started running toward Route 10, but Camacho caught up to her when she slipped and fell. He allegedly punched her in the face and pulled her by the hair back to the car, where he then cut the seatbelts to tie her wrists and ankles. Camacho then is accused of digitally penetrating her genital area. When Camacho was finished, he put the victim on the floor of the back seat and asked if she had money. Camacho allegedly took her debit card and ordered her to tell him the PIN number. Documents state he handed the card over to another man at an unknown location. Camacho then parked the car in a jungle area just 0.2 miles away from his residence and left the victim inside. She eventually broke free from the restraints and drove to the Dededo precinct. As we reported,
Yes, I have.
Can you tell us your experience?
I was just drunken fight outside of a club. A couple guys got out of hand and it turned into a full-blown riot.
No, I didn't. Can you tell us about your experience?
Like fights, accidents.
Oh yes, of course. We need our safety.
No.
No. No, I don't think so. It already depends.
yes, sometimes.